cried out from the deep, Lord, can you hear me now? I cried out from the deep, Lord, can you hear me now? I cried out from the deep, teach me to trust somehow. I cried out from the deep, when the night had no wind. I cried out from the deep, Lord, bring me back again. Nobody's calling, the walls don't answer, the ceiling don't speak. I've been holding this grief like a stone in my chest, and I'm tired of pretending that I'm not weak. My prayers feel like they're hitting the ceiling, like the words fall apart before they rise. But I open my mouth 'cause I got nothing left. Lord, I'm crying out with blood in my eyes. I don't know the language of easy believing, I don't know the faith that feels clean and feels light. I only know the kind that gets built in the rubble, the kind that still kneels in the middle of night. Something shifts when I speak your name, not the thunder, not the fire, just a quiet flame that burns through the dark and it finds my shame. And it calls me by a name that don't sound the same, a name that means loved, a name that means known, a name that means even here you are not alone. I cried out from the deep, Lord, can you hear me now? I cried out from the deep, teach me to trust somehow. I cried out from the deep, when the night had no end. I cried out from the deep, Lord, bring me back again. I have walked through the valley with no one beside me. I have stood at the edge where the broken ones stand. I have felt what it means when the silence is God's voice, when He works through the night with an invisible hand. My father left early, my brother walked away. I built walls around walls till I couldn't get out. Then one morning I woke and my hands were still empty, and all I had left was this prayer and this doubt. But I prayed it anyway, the prayer of the desperate, not polished, not clean, not the right words in line. Just, Lord, I am broken and I need you to find me. And I left it at the altar like a crooked sign. Something shifts when I speak your name, not the thunder, not the fire, just a quiet flame that burns through the dark and it finds my shame. And it calls me by a name that don't sound the same, a name that means loved, a name that means known, a name that means even here you are not alone. I cried out from the deep, Lord, can you hear me now? I cried out from the deep, teach me to trust somehow. I cried out from the deep, when the night had no end. I cried out from the deep, Lord, bring me back again. Never rejection, He was there in the fire, but He looked like the smoke. He was there in the breaking, He was there in the fall, and He was holding the pieces of the man that I broke. I surrender the anger, I surrender the question, why it happened the way washing my soul free from the lie that I was too far gone for mercy, free from the darkness that was swallowing me whole. You heard me when I had no words. You caught me when I couldn't stand. You reached into the darkest place and held me with a wounded hand. Not a God who stands far off and watches, but a God who comes down in the mud, who knows what it means to cry at midnight, who knows what it means to sweat blood, who sat in the garden knowing what was coming, who felt the weight of every human tear, who carried all the crying of all the broken and still chose to love us. He is here.
I cried out from the deep.
Lord, can you hear me now?
I cried out from the deep.
Teach me to trust somehow. I cried out from the deep when the night had no end. I cried out from the deep. Lord, bring me back again. He heard me, he heard me. I was so far down and he heard me. Still crying, still trusting from the deep. He heard me, he always heard me from the deep. Yeah, from the deep. I cried out from the deep. Lord, can you hear me now? I cried out from the deep. Lord, can you hear me now? I cried out from the deep. Teach me to trust some. Victory don't come easy, Lord. It comes through fire and rain. Victory don't come easy, Lord. It comes through fire and rain. Victory don't come easy, but it comes again. Victory don't come easy. It comes through broken ground. Victory don't come easy, but the victory will be found. They said, count your blessings, I was counting my losses. They said, speak the victory, I was drowning in debt. I had faith like a seed, but the ground was so bitter. And I'm still holding on, cause I ain't giving up yet. I have fasted and wept, I have knelt on cold concrete. I have begged you for answers in the dark of the night. And the morning came slow, but the morning came steady. And I saw in the distance just a sliver of light. Not a flood of light, just a sliver, just enough to remind me that the sun still existed. Just enough to keep 1 foot moving forward when everything inside me had resisted. It ain't the victory I imagined, it ain't the crown I had in mind, but the God who brought me through the valleys, the God who's leaving nothing behind, nothing behind, nothing forgotten. Every tear was counted, every night was known, and the victory he gives is not a trophy on a shelf. It's the peace of the man who made it home. Victory don't come easy, Lord. It comes through fire and rain. Victory don't come easy, but it comes again. Victory don't come easy, it comes through broken ground. Victory don't come easy, but the victory will be found. My mother prayed over me when I was hard and I was cold, and knees worn on the floor of a room come with no heat. She said, son, don't you quit, cause the God that she trusted was the God who took chains off the ones in defeat. I have seen what it means when a man drops his armor, when the pride falls away and the real man appears. What looks like defeat to the ones who are watching is the moment that God wipes away all your tears. She prayed without ceasing through the worst of my years. She prayed when I was gone, and she prayed when I returned. And the victory in my life has her fingerprints on it. The prayers of a faithful woman, those prayers never burn. It ain't the victory I imagined, it ain't the crown I had in mind, but the God who brought me through the valley is the God who's leaving nothing behind, nothing behind, nothing forgotten. Every tear was counted, every night was known, and the victory he gives is not a trophy on a shelf. It's the peace of a man who made it home. Victory don't come easy, Lord. It comes through fire and rain. Victory don't come easy, but it comes again. Victory don't come easy, it comes through broken ground. Victory don't come easy, but the victory will be found. I don't wear my victory like a shout in the temple. I wear it like a scar that healed over with grace. Every line on my face is a chapter he authored. Every gray hair a sign that I finished the race. Now I stand on the rock that was built from my break, and now I breathe the clean air that comes after the storm. Not because I was strong, but because he was faithful. Not because I was right, but because he was Lord. And the man that I am today could not have come easy, could not have come through comfort or through smooth easy roads. The depth of the grace that I carry in my body was bought by the weight of the heaviest loads. I almost let go, I almost walked away, but something deep inside said, hold on one more day. The something was your mercy, the something was your name. You never lost me, Lord, even when I lost the flame, even when I stopped singing, even when I stopped praying right, even when I traded the altar for the darkness. You were still the light, you were still the light. Victory don't come easy, Lord. It comes through fire and rain. Oh, victory don't come easy, but it comes again. Victory don't come easy, it comes through broken ground. Victory don't come easy, but the victory will be found. It came, it came, it came through the fire, it came through the rain, it came through the years of waiting, it came. Victory, not easy, Lord, but it came, it came, it came. Alone but not forsaken, he finds me where I fall. Alone but not forsaken, he finds me where I fall. Alone but not forsaken, he is my all in all. Alone but not forsaken, he knows my name in the dark. Alone but not forsaken, rooms. Nobody calls and nobody comes. I made my bed in the house of my failure, and I'm lying here counting the days becoming one. My phone don't ring with the voice that I need. My hands reach out but they don't find a hand. I cooked a meal for two and ate it alone again, and sat there trying hard to understand. Nobody told me loneliness could be this physical, this thing that lives inside the chest like stone, that makes a full room feel like empty wilderness, that makes a man feel completely alone. He walks into the room, nobody enters. He speaks into the dark where no one speaks. He sits beside the man the world has forgotten, and he stays. He stays when the night is longest. He stays when the silence is loudest. He stays when the man stops asking. He stays alone but not forsaken. He finds me where I fall, alone but not forsaken. He is my all in all, alone but not forsaken. He knows my name in the dark, alone but not forsaken. He never left my heart. I know what it means to sit at a table with an empty chair where a loved one used to be. I know what it means when the holidays come around and the only one celebrating is me. I know what it means to scroll through other people's lives and feel the glass between me and the living. I know what it means to smile in public places and carry sorrow nobody is willing to be given. But you sat with the leper outside the city. You spoke to the woman the crowd walked away from. You knew every name of the ones without names, and you called to the ones that nobody came from. He walks into the room, nobody enters. He speaks into the dark when no one speaks. He sits beside the man the world has forgotten, and he stays when the night is longest. He stays when the silence is loudest. He stays when the man stops asking. He stays alone but not forsaken. He finds me where I fall, alone but not forsaken. He is my all in all, alone but not forsaken. He knows my name in the dark, alone but not forsaken. He never left my heart. I stop waiting for the world to come find me. I stop measuring my worth by who stayed or who left. I found a peace that don't depend on a witness, a love that holds even when love holds no breath. The loneliness ain't gone, I won't lie to you, brother. It still visits in the night and it still knows my name, but it doesn't own me the way that it used to, and it doesn't tell the story the way that it came. Cause the God of the lonely is moved in beside me, and the room where I suffer is the room where he lives, and the silence I once feared has become conversation between a broken man and the God who forgives. This is the word for the one reading this alone tonight, for the one who thinks nobody knows their name, for the one who closed the curtains and sat down in the darkness and decided that the morning would not come. He knows he knew you before the world had a name for your sorrow. He counted every tear before it fell. He was there before you knew that you were lonely, and he's here right now. He's here right now. Not in the thunder, spectacular, but in the quiet, in the place that hurts the most, right there beside you in the ordinary silence, He is here. The God who never leaves His post. Alone but not forsaken, He finds me where I fall. Alone but not forsaken, He is my all in all. Alone but not forsaken, He knows my name in the dark. Alone but not forsaken, He never left my heart. He's here, in the quiet, He's here. You're not alone. He's here, right where you are. He's here, in the room, in the dark, He's here. You are not alone. Hold on through the night, brother. Morning is on its way. Hold on through the night, brother. Morning is on its way. Hold on through the night. God hasn't said His last word today. Hold on through the night, sister. Don't you lay that burden down. Hold on through the night. Your morning's coming. Hold your ground. You've been running on empty for longer than I know. The tank ran dry about 3 miles back. The road looks like it goes on forever into nothing, and all you got is faith and a broken back. You've been sleeping on the floor of your own disappointment. You've been eating dust from promises that fail. You've been trying to explain to people what you're going through, and finding that the words don't tell. But I've seen what happens to the ones who don't quit. Not the ones who are strong, the ones who just stayed, who got up one more time when the getting was brutal, who kept walking the road even when they were afraid. The darkest part of night is just before the breaking. The lowest point of winter's just before the thaw. The seed looks dead and buried in the frozen ground of February, but the spring is never once broken. It's a law you didn't come this far to stop now in the darkness. You didn't survive what you survived to quit at this door. Hold on, brother. Hold on, sister. The morning you've been praying for is coming. Hold on more. Hold on through the night, brother. Morning is on its way. Hold on through the night. God hasn't said His last word today. Hold on through the night, sister. Don't you lay that burden down. Hold on through the night. Your morning's coming. Hold your ground. Abraham waited so long that his body said impossible. The years passed and the promise felt like mockery and pain. Jacob wrestled all night with an angel till the breaking, and walked with a limp, but he walked with a new name. Joseph sat in the pit and then sat in the prison. 17 years between the dream and the throne, and still became the man that he was always meant to become, because the God of the promise never left him alone. These weren't superhero men with a special connection. These were broken and afraid, just like you and like me, but they held to the promise when the promise looked foolish. And the God of the promise set His people free. The darkest part of night is just before the breaking. The lowest point of winter's just before the thaw. The sea looks dead and buried in the frozen So Lord, you didn't come this far to stop now in the darkness. You didn't survive what you survived to quit at this door. Oh, hold on, brother. Hold on, sister. The morning you've been praying for is coming. Hold on more. Hold on through the night, brother. Morning is on its way. Hold on through the night. God hasn't said his last word today. Hold on through the night, sister. Don't you lay that burden down. Hold on through the night. Your morning's coming. Hold your ground. I'm not asking you to feel it when you can't feel anything. I'm not asking you to shout when your voice is worn to dust. I'm not asking for the faith that moves the mountains in an instant. I'm asking for the kind that crawls forward when it must. 'Cause the mercy that you need is not late, it's on its way. Through a road you didn't choose, by a hand you cannot see. And the story that you're living isn't over at this chapter. Even when this chapter reads like tragedy, the author hasn't closed the book. The author hasn't set the pen down. He's still writing through the darkness and the silence. And the final word he writes will not be let down. Don't let the night write the ending. Don't let the pain write the last word. Don't let the voice of the accuser be the loudest voice you've heard. The author of your story is still writing, and he writes what has never been heard. Stories of the broken that were mended, songs of the lost were finally found, voices that were silenced finding music, and the fallen being lifted from the ground. He writes the blind who see, he writes the bound who walk free, he writes the dead who rises, he writes the morning into morning. Hold on, he's still writing. Hold on, hold on. Mercy found me on the floor, where I thought no one would look. Mercy found me on the floor, where I thought no one would look. Mercy found me on the floor, and it gave back what was took. Mercy found me on the floor when I had nothing left to give. Mercy found me on the floor, and it taught me how to live. I wasn't praying when it happened, I wasn't quoting in a scripture on my knees. I was lying on the bathroom floor of a life I had destroyed, too ashamed to even ask for what I needed. I had wasted all the gifts and all the chances. I had burned down every bridge that I had crossed. I had looked into the eyes of ones who loved me, and I watched them turn away because I'd made them pay the cost. I had nothing left to offer but my ruins. No prayer that felt worthy, no faith that felt real. Just the wreckage of a man on a cold floor, and a silence so deep it began to feel like a deal. Like maybe this is where men like me end up. Like maybe grace was never meant for someone this far gone. Like maybe I had crossed the line that can't be crossed back, and the best thing I could do was just stop holding on. And the mercy that I got was not the mercy I that I carried. It was older than the darkness where I hid. It was waiting in the place where I had buried every hope and every dream and every prayer. It was waiting in the rubble for the man I was before. And it found me in the only honest moment of my life, face down on the floor.
Mercy found me on the floor,
where I thought no one would look.
mercy found me on the floor,
And it gave back what was told.
mercy found me on the floor,
When I had nothing left to give,
mercy found me on the
and it
floor.
taught me how to live. I have read about the father and the prodigal, how the father saw him coming from a long, long way, how he ran, an old man running with his robe held up to receive the son he'd prayed for every day. How he didn't wait for the rehearsed apology, how he didn't make the boy explain the waste and the shame, how he called for the robe and called for the ring and called for the feast before the boy had even finished saying his name. Not because the boy had earned the robe and ring and feast, but because a love like that cannot be earned by any man. It was always there before he even left the father's house, and it ran toward him the moment he began to come back again. And the mercy that I got was not the mercy I deserved. It was bigger than the mountain that I carried. It was older than the darkness where I hid. It was waiting in the place where I had buried every hope and every dream and every prayer. It was waiting in the rubble for the man I was before. And it found me in the only honest moment of my life, face down on the floor.
Mercy found me on the floor,
Where I thought no one would look.
mercy found me on the floor,
And it gave back what was took.
mercy found me on the floor,
When I had nothing left to give,
mercy found me on the
and it taught me how to live. Carry this grace like a visible scar. I don't hide it or pretend it didn't happen the way it did, 'cause the worst thing in my story is the proof of his mercy, and the proof of his mercy is the best thing I've lived. I'm not the man I was, I couldn't be if I tried. The floor broke something in me that needed to break, and the mercy that was there before I hit the bottom was the mercy that was standing there when I awoke. Not standing over me with the list of what I owe, not standing there with conditions and with shame, just standing there with the robe and with the ring, calling me by my original name. He doesn't love the version of me that performs for him. He loves the man on the floor. He doesn't need my religious words and my clean hands. He wants the one I'm trying to ignore, the frightened one, the failing one, the faithless one, the one I lock away behind the door. That's the one he came to find. That's the one he calls his own. Mercy finds the ones the others won't restore. He finds them on the floor.
He finds them in the dark.
He finds them when they've stopped believing they are worth finding. He finds them with the love that was there from the start. Before the fall, before for the shame before. The river runs dry, Lord, and I got nothing left to give. When the river runs dry, Lord, and I got nothing left to give. When the river runs dry, teach me another way to live. When the river runs dry, Lord, and the worship won't come, when the river runs dry, I still call you, Lord, I still come. The worship songs don't reach me like they used to. The prayers feel like talking to a wall of stone. I show up at the altar every Sunday in my body, but something went quiet and I'm standing there alone. The fire that I had when I first found you, that feeling like the world was bright and new. I've been searching through the ashes of that season, trying to remember what it felt like to feel you. And the ones around me seem to hear you clearly. They raise their hands and tears run down their face. And I'm standing in the same room, in the same songs, wondering, Lord, if I've been displaced. But the prophet on the mountain heard the still small voice. Not the earthquake, not the fire, not the wind. And the silence I'm enduring might be trading for a hearing that goes deeper than the place where I have been. Deeper than the feeling, deeper than the fire, deeper than the seasons of the easy and the bright. Into the root of something that don't need the sun to know it's real. A faith that lives in winter, a faith that holds in the night. When the river runs dry, Lord, and I got nothing left to give. When the river runs dry, teach me another way to live. When the river runs dry, Lord, and the worship won't come. When the river runs dry, I still call you, Lord, I still come. I remember when the joy came without effort, when the scripture opened up like morning light on water, when I couldn't wait to fall into your presence, and the hours in your word felt like minutes, felt shorter. Now the page lies still and the pen lies still beside it, and I sit here in the absence of the flame. The same God, the same book, the same prayers as before me, but something in the atmosphere is not the same. But I will not call it death, I call it winter. I will not call it end, I call it low tide. And I trust that spring will call me by my name again, and the water will return. The river hasn't died, but the prophet on the mountain heard the still small voice. Not the earthquake, not the fire, not the wind. And the silence I'm enduring might be training for a hearing that goes deeper than the place where I have been. Deeper than the feeling, deeper than the fire, deeper than the seasons of the easy and the bright. Into the root of something that don't need the sun to know it's real. A faith that lives in winter, a faith that holds in the night. When the river runs dry, Lord, and I got nothing left to give. When the river runs dry, teach me another way to live. When the river runs dry, Lord, and the worship won't come. When the river runs dry, I still call you, Lord, I still come. Oh yeah. were saints who walked this desert before I got here. Dark nights of the soul that lasted not days but years. Men and women of deep faith and deep spiritual drought who kept showing up through seasons of silence and tears. John of the Cross, he called it the dark night of the soul, a stripping of the easy and the sensory and the bright. Not a punishment, not a sign that God had moved away, but a deepening, a purging, a preparing for the light. So I'm choosing to believe without the feeling. I'm choosing to stay faithful without the fire. Cause the God who was there when the river was running is the God of the valley and the dry. Lord, I don't understand it. I'm not asking you to explain. I'm just asking you to stay right here with me. I'm not asking for the joy I had at the beginning. I'm just asking for the grace to face today and see. If this is where you make me, then make me here. If this is where you break me, I'll trust to break. Not because it doesn't hurt, not because I understand it, but because I know your name and you know what's at stake. You are worth the dry season. You are worth the winter long. You are worth the silence that strips away the easy faith to build the kind that's deep and real and strong. Even when the river's dry, you are. When the river runs dry, Lord, and I got nothing left to give. When the river runs dry, Lord, and I got nothing left to give. When the river runs dry, teach me. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but he walked me through my sorrow. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but the one who holds it loves me. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but tomorrow can destroy me. They told me plan your future, map your destiny out clear. Calculated steps and measured moves along the way. But every map I drew with careful hands got washed away. And I learned to hold tomorrow differently today. Not with a closed fist trying to control the outcome. Not with fear pretending it was faith inside my chest. Not with the anxiety that dresses up as planning, but with open hands that have been emptied of the rest. The illusion of control was costing me my peace. The constant calculation leaving nothing left to trust. And God said, son, release the grip on what you cannot hold, and I will hold tomorrow, and tomorrow will be just. I have been surprised by grace in places I least expected. I have seen provision come from where it could not come. I have watched the God of Abraham make rivers in the desert, and I've learned to trust the one who holds the sun. So when tomorrow threatens with its shadows and its questions, when the unknown feels like danger at the gate, I remember every time he's come through what seemed impossible. And I remember that his record says he's never been late. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but he walked me through my sorrow. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but the one who holds it loves me. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but tomorrow can't destroy me. My grandmother used to hum when the nights got heavy. No words, just a sound rising soft from her chest. A sound that meant she knew something the darkness didn't know. A sound that meant she knew that God knew the rest. She didn't have the answers, but she had the answer. She didn't hold the future, but she held his hand. She stepped into tomorrow without seeing what was coming. She stepped with the confidence of one who understands. She lost her husband young, she raised her children poor. She buried grief that most would not survive. But every morning when the sun came up, she hummed again, a quiet private hallelujah, just because she was alive. And she died with her hands open, not grasping, not afraid. She gave tomorrow back to God the same way she had lived, trusting in the mercy and the promise he had made. I have been surprised by grace in places I least expected. I have seen provision come from where it could not come. I have watched the God of Abraham make rivers in the desert, and I've learned to trust the one who holds the sun. So when tomorrow threatens with its shadows and its questions, when the unknown feels like danger at the gate, I remember every time he's come through what seemed impossible. And I remember that his record says he's never been late. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but he walked me through my sorrow. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but the one who holds it loves me. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but tomorrow can't destroy me. I'm releasing all the versions of my life I plan in fear. I'm releasing all the timelines I demanded to be mine. I'm releasing all the futures I constructed out of worry, and I'm stepping into trust, one day at a time. Cause the God who knows tomorrow held the cross and held the grave, and came back through the darkness with the keys of death in hand. So if he holds the cross and holds the grave and holds the risen morning, then surely he can hold whatever I don't understand. Not a blind surrender, no, it's trust built from the evidence. The record of his faithfulness runs long and deep and wide. So I place tomorrow in the hands that bled to reach me, and I walk into the unknown at his side. Tomorrow is already in his hands, already known, already planned, already held by the same love that formed the mountains and the land. And if the road ahead looks dark and long, you walked it first before me. So I rise up, broken man. God isn't done with you. Rise up, broken man. face down in the dirt so long you forgot what standing feels like. You've been carrying shame like it was sewn into your skin. Every time you try to rise, the weight of what you've done drags you back under. And you're wondering if there's any way to begin again. The mirror tells you one story, and the accuser tells you another. Both of them agree that you are too far gone to fix. But I know a potter who works with shattered things, who presses broken pieces back together with his fists. And the vessel that he makes from all the pieces of your ruin is the one that holds the water that was planned before your birth. The cracks don't make you worthless, the cracks let the light in. And the broken man he raises is the one he says is worth. This isn't the end of your story. This isn't the grave of your name. The man that you'll be on the other side of this breaking will never again be the same. Not less, not diminished, not lesser for the falling, but deeper and more honest and more real. The kind of man whose faith was built through fire is the kind of man that time and pain cannot steal. Rise up, broken man. God isn't done with you. Rise up, broken man. He's making something new. Rise up from the ashes. Rise up from the floor. Rise up, broken man. You were made for more. The disciples hid behind locked doors when hope died on the cross. Peter wept alone outside because he'd spoken 3 denials with his mouth. Thomas put his hands inside the wounds before he'd believe it. And God used every broken one of them to carry the gospel to the south, to the north, to the east, to the west, to the ends of the known world. To men who had denied and doubted and been afraid. To men who ran when it got hard and locked their doors in terror. Those were the ones the resurrection made. So don't you measure your tomorrow by the failure of yesterday. Don't you let the accuser write the final word in stone. The God of resurrection didn't come for the ones who had it together. He came for the broken, and he's coming for you. You're not alone. This isn't the end of your story. This isn't the grave of your name. The man that you'll be on the other side of this breaking will never again be the same. Not less, not diminished, not lesser for the fallen, but deeper and more honest and more real. The kind of man whose faith was built through fire is the kind of man that time and pain cannot steal. Rise up, broken man. God isn't done with you. Rise up, broken man. He's making something new. Rise up from the ashes. Rise up from the floor. Rise up, broken man. You were made for more. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Rise up, not because the pain is gone. Rise up, not because you figured it all out. Rise up, not because the circumstances change around. Rise up, not because you've conquered every doubt. Rise up, because the God who made you from the dust of the ground is calling you up through the dark and through the deep. Rise up, because the voice that called the dead Lazarus out of the tomb is the same voice calling you out till you sleep. You're not rising in your own strength. The strength is gone. You're rising in the mercy of a love that will not quit. And every time you fall, he will be there when you rise again. Because he started what he will not leave unfinished. This is the moment the broken ones live for, not the triumph, the turning. When the man on the floor stops believing the lie and reaches toward the light that is burning. You are not what you did, you are not where you fell, you are not the accusation, you are not the story the darkness would tell. You are the one that is calling by